under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another episode, podcast, late night edition. It's 9:21 p.m. on a freaking Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Happy February 1st, ladies and gentlemen out there. We have made it. We have made it. The Arizona Cardinals had breaking news earlier this morning, and if you do not have the post notification bell on my channel, you probably missed my very, very quick video that I posted. For some people out there that are asking, I had this pre-recorded. I had an inkling that the Arizona Cardinals were going to sign Mike LaFleur, so yes, I did. It came out very, very quickly, but doesn't make it any better, anywhere. It's just an amazing, amazing time right now for Arizona Cardinal fans. Like I've said before, this is the very first time in a long time that I feel like we're actually all united as one. United as one. And ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals now have their head coach heading into 2026. And man, what a good day to be a Cardinal fan, be a fan of football, wherever you want to call it. I want to go ahead and obviously open up the phone lines a little later on this live stream. I want to get a gauge of where this fan base is currently at. So if you do want to join the show, I will have a specific segment a little later on here in the show. But today we're going to be diving into obviously the way this all shaken out for the Cardinals, now signing Mike LaFleur to a 5-year deal. Who are some potential coordinators, right? Who are the people out there like Albert Breer saying? I do also have a tweet that I want to talk about by my guy Jake Ellenbogen, who covers the Rams, that potentially has some coordinators over there that we might need to keep our eye on. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're excited. Do me a massive favor, ladies and gentlemen. Smack the like button here on your way in. We got over 120 people here on the YouTube side, and we just started 3 freaking minutes ago. I think we're back. We're so back. Cardinal fans, we are so freaking back. Oh, man, these last 2 months were so damn brutal. So damn brutal. And yes, did it take a long time for the Cardinals to get their guy, right? We're the last one out of all teams. Technically, we're not the last. The Raiders are the last to actually pen to paper, and technically we haven't actually signed Mike LaFleur pen to paper yet, but they have to wait for another week for the Super Bowl to come and go, and the Arizona Cardinals most likely will be able to get this done here sooner rather than later. So smack the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We're on the road to 19K. Cannot do it without you guys. We've got some super chats already starting off hot. We got Miles coming up here with the $10 donation. Love to see it. What's up, Miles? Hopefully you're having a fantastic night. He says this. Actually, first,
Another one.
appreciate it, man. He says this. So glad this is over, but it doesn't erase the incompetency shown throughout this coaching cycle. If LaFleur was always the guy, sign him the first time instead of going for the optics playing out with Kubiak. I agree, man. 100% agree. I think you hit this right on the head. This was my frustration as well when it comes down to the Arizona Cardinals. And I'm glad that, we can actually talk about this and you don't get upset, right? There's a lot of Cardinal fans that probably hear me talk about this team. And they're like, why are you even a Cardinal fan? Well, because, man, I mean, although this is my favorite team, if you don't have anything, to say about the way they've been doing things, then I guess that's your prerogative. But for me, obviously, as a Cardinal fan, I want them to succeed. And of course, my opinion that I put out here on my podcast, I feel like it's got a little bit of weight. I mean, probably not, but at the end of the day, there is some things to be criticized about this organization, and I agree. Although we're all happy about the way this all shook out, this could have gone real bad for us. This could have gone real bad for us. Thank God for Mike LaFleur for allowing us to take that other interview. Thank God for Mike LaFleur understanding that we want to have one more interview, and that's going to be Clint Kubiak. I honestly don't think we should have even interviewed Clint Kubiak, especially the way he treated us. He wasn't even available for the Cardinals to even meet with. until 7 p.m. their time, 8 p.m. our time. It's just like you knew that it was a no-go, man. It was a no-go. I'm so glad the Arizona Cardinals ended up bringing Mike LaFleur here as the next Arizona Cardinals head coach. I can't wait to go against the damn Raiders to show Clint Kubiak what he missed out. We got Mike LaGoat on this on this team, and I'm so damn excited about it, man. I really, really am. We got a few more super chats coming in here. We got Miles doubling down, says, sent my super chat before the goal. Here you go, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the super chat. Awfully kind of you to do so. But we are going to have a fun-filled conversation today. And like I said before, if you want to join the chat, if you want to join the stream, we will have a specific section a little later on in the stream to go ahead and chop it up to kind of get a gauge on where you guys are overall. But I agree, Miles. I'm right there with you. But let's talk about the good news as of right now. Now, getting a gauge of what we're seeing throughout the world of social media, Cardinal fans are excited. And it's been a very, very long time since we've been excited, right? There's a few different tweets that I want to get to. One of them being Connor Hughes' tweet, and I believe he does cover the New York Jets. There was a tweet that was floating around, and I apologize for not going live sooner. There was a couple different things that I already had pre-planned for Sunday, and one thing I will say, being my age, you got to make sure that you keep your relationships, especially those relationships you formed in high school, which was a very long time for me. Make sure you keep those relationships because, man, it's so hard to make friends when you're this age. So all I'm going to say right now is make sure you prioritize family and friends because it's very, very, very important. So that's all I got to say about that. But I want to dive right into this tweet that I ended up seeing here from Connor Hughes. And honestly, very, very glowing remarks, right? Because there was a lot of people that were very concerned because of his time with the Jets, right? And I'm talking about Mike LaFleur. Mike LaFleur was the offensive coordinator for the Jets, and there was some speculation out there that his offense didn't work, he wasn't good, he got fired. Why are we excited about him? Well, there's a lot to be excited about Mike LaFleur, but I'm going to say he's a lot, right? Obviously, he comes from the Kyle Shanahan tree, he comes from the McVay tree, and he's got a real, real good knowledge of what offense can work in the NFL, right? Now, we haven't really seen a big sample size in the most recent years in terms of being able to be a play caller, but that's going to change, right? Or at least I'm expecting it to change. Now, we don't know if Mike LaFleur is going to get himself an offensive coordinator. We don't know if he's going to have that person call plays. We don't know if Mike LaFleur is going to call plays. Those are little things that we don't know, but we're going to find out as soon as this presser comes to fruition. But honestly, I'm very, very excited, man. I'm so damn excited about the signing, and it's not even like, I'm just so freaking giddy, man. I'm so damn giddy. We got Connor Hughes in the chat saying this. Not in the chat. I'm sorry. This is the tweet I wanted to talk about. This is from Connor Hughes. Says Mike LaFleur's Jets offense ranked top 5 in most statistical categories when using a quarterback other than Zach Wilson. Hear me well, right? Other than Zach Wilson. That was the argument made to try to keep LaFleur. Ultimately, the higher-ups demanded a change. Jets offense has been in a free fall ever since. LaFleur's now a head coach at 38. One thing that we're not talking about very much, ladies and gentlemen, is that we might have been able to find our guy. We might have found our guy here, right? And I'm talking about a guy that's going to be able to compete in the NFC West. Now, it's way early. I get that. We're barely sitting in February 1st right now, and I'm fully aware of that. But we might have just found our Jordan, or we might have just found it's Jordan Ott, right? We might have just found our Jordan Ott. If you don't know who the hell I'm talking about, the Suns head coach, which did not have a lot of high praise for him, but we might have just found our Jordan Ott for NFL. Or not just that, but we might have just found our next coach that we're all going to be very, very, very proud of, right? The only coach that I can remember in the most recent years is BA, right? The Steve Wilkes experiment, the Cliff Kingsbury, all the flashes were shown here and there. This might be the guy that a lot of people are going to be really, really excited about. And I'm so happy, man. I'm so freaking happy. Let's go. We got David in the chat coming up with another super chat saying, why are people doubting Mike? They don't know ball. Shake my... The reason why, and I can't really speak to everybody's opinion out there, but what I'm seeing for the most part is a lot of people are coming out and they don't like another non-experienced guy, right? Another non-experienced head coach. That's the big argument I see out there when it comes down to LaFleur. The fact that he doesn't have quote unquote head coaching experience. But I mean, Mike McDonald didn't have head coaching experience, right? Kevin O'Connell didn't have head coaching experience, right? Who else? McVay didn't have head coaching experience. Now I get it. I'm giving you really good examples, and I could probably give you bad examples where guys didn't have experience and it didn't work out, right? I get it. It works both ways. But sometimes you just need to give it an opportunity, right? And very, very rarely does the Arizona Cardinals do something that I actually want them to do. So one thing I will say, round of a freaking applause, ladies and gentlemen. Round of a freaking applause. Because this right here, I'm not gonna call it a home run signing. I'm not gonna do that. But I will call this a very, very good signing. I would say an A. I would give this damn signing an A, even a B plus, right? Gannon was a C. Gannon, when we got Gannon, he was like, okay, we got him. It is what it is. He was in nobody's top 10. I'm gonna be real with you, or top 5. Gannon was nowhere near anybody's top 5. LaFleur has been talked about since the moment that the Arizona Cardinals had that request of an interview. That's how much hype LaFleur has. Now, I was talking about LaFleur since what, November, December? Because the first thing I did was I'm going to make a video called The Coaching Carousel if the Cardinals do decide off of Gannon. Shula, LaFleur, and Kubiak. I believe, I don't know if Kubiak was on there, but I know for damn sure the Rams coordinators were on the list. And yeah, LaFleur was already on my radar for quite some time. But I agree, David. Sometimes, I don't know, man. It is what it is. He's got to prove them wrong, right? We got a Lairborn. What's up, brother? Another one says, go Cardinals. Love to see it. We got to have it, man. Every one of these live streams, I want to see go Cardinals from my guy Lairborn. Always keeping it real. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the super chat. We got Junior coming in here saying, oh boy, here it goes. What's up, Mike? Hell of a signing. Let's go, McFlurry. Oh, man. For the one time, let's do it. Let's get it. We got McFlurry, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not gonna explain the joke. I'm not gonna explain it. If you know, you know. But yes, we got McFlurry, ladies and gentlemen. Let's freaking go. What a massive signing by the Arizona Cardinals. Appreciate you, Junior, for constantly reminding me that I suck at everything reading. Adrian in the chat says LaFleur was the guy all along. Forget you, Kubiak. Woo! Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. This was a good signing. This was a real good signing. Rick in the chat is saying ESPN gave us a B minus, Yahoo gave us a C, Bleacher Report gave us an A minus. Well, Bleacher Report's the only one that knows ball. Bleacher Report's the only one that knows ball, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, right? This is a good signing. It really is. And I know it doesn't come with the flashes of, oh man, we got a guy with a lot of experience, but this is a very good signing for the Arizona Cardinals. And the moment I saw this, I was on a live stream. And I was very hurt because the Arizona Cardinals were the last team to sign their guy. I was hurt. I was going through some emotions, not because of Kubiak. I can care less. I don't think we even had a chance at getting Kubiak. My problem was we were playing a very dangerous game. And I will say this right now, right? We're 13 minutes into this live stream, and I promised I was going to say this in the beginning. Let me say this right now. I was dead wrong. I'll say this right now. I was dead wrong. I was worried. I was concerned that the Arizona Cardinals weren't going to be able to get him. I was concerned that Mike LaFleur was going to go back to the Arizona Cardinals and say, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay with the Rams. So for the people out there that says patience, for the people out there that said he's going to wait, congratulations. Because you did also help me throwing myself off throwing myself off a bridge, right? You did help me because that kind of, made me calm down a little. Although I didn't fully believe it, I was dead wrong. I should have trusted the process, and I should have allowed this whole thing to unfold. But here's it, man. Best case scenario. He waited, and he signed with the Arizona Cardinals on a 5-year deal. Love to see it. Absolutely love to freaking see it. Mike LaFleur is now the new head coach, and a new era is arising in the desert. Has such a great ring to it, man. So damn excited. We got some people here in the chat. We got Chance saying, I feel like we are getting happy just to get knocked down again. I mean, well, we're Cardinal fans, right? So, here's the thing. Very rarely do we have an opportunity to get excited, right? Let's be real. Cardinal fans, right? Let's stand up, right? Because let's be real. Very rarely do we have an opportunity to get excited. Let's take our wins where we can, right? Although this might be one of those things that we are setting ourselves up for failure and we might be, you know, upset come season. You never know. You never know how this is going to play out, right? One thing I've said since the beginning of this head coaching search, what's really important to me is who he's going to be bringing in under him, the coordinators, right? One thing that I was also worried about, and what I was also talking about on the live stream before the LaFleur was announced that he was coming to the Cardinals, was that the Cardinals took this long to kind of get their guy. Now, obviously, they couldn't sign him. Like, this was the week that they could sign him, right? Now, obviously, they waited until Sunday because they wanted to meet with Clint Kubiak, but they had a good amount of time here to potentially do something. But the Arizona Cardinals did wait. And I'm just happy that the gamble worked out. That's all I could say. I'm just so damn happy that the gamble worked out. Mike LaFleur is a real one. I'm just going to say that I can't wait for the presser. I can't wait for him to come out here and give us the detailed information on what he thinks he's going to be able to accomplish. Actually, if you don't know, Mike LaFleur actually spoke. I believe there was something announced to like the people with credentials. Shout out to Theo Mackey, but we got Mike LaFleur and Michael Bidwell both not responded, but gave us, what's the word? Like a quote. That's the best. Gave us a quote after the signing. Let's first dive into what Michael Bidwell had to say. Now, another shout out here to Theo Mackey of AZ Republic. He ended up putting this on his X/Twitter, and this is what Michael Bidwell had to say after the signing of Mike LaFleur. We had an opportunity to speak with an outstanding group of candidates during this very thorough process and gathered a tremendous insight from each of them. At the end of the process, it was clear that Mike LaFleur possesses all the traits necessary to lead this team to success as its head coach. He's highly intelligent with all exceptionally sharp, creative football mind. Mike is also dynamic and innovative leader and exactly the type of person we are looking for to guide our team as the next head coach. That was Michael Bidwell. This is Mike LaFleur. Quote, I couldn't be more fired up to become the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm beyond grateful to Michael Bidwell and Monty Ossenfort for this opportunity. Having competed against them in the NFC so many times in the recent years, I know the type of talent and toughness that this team has and cannot wait to get to Arizona to hit the ground running. Man, let's go. Let's freaking go. I'm so damn excited, man. I am so damn excited. And of course, here we go. Ranger coming up clutch with the 20. Woo-wee. Appreciate you, Ranger. Thank you so very much for the generosity. Saying this. Told you this will happen. Short and sweet, to the point. I was freaking out a little bit last night. I'm going to be real with you. I was freaking out a little bit as an Arizona Cardinal fan, right? Woe is me. Nothing good ever happens to us. And you're right. Trust the process. Mike LaFleur is waiting. He knows there's one more interview the Arizona Cardinals want to get to. The Cardinals got to it. We were waiting in the waiting room for a very long time for Clint Kubiak. But at this very moment, I can't wait. Cardinals versus Raiders. Give it to me. I want to beat them down. That's how excited I am. Now, obviously, it's probably not going to happen, but I can't wait, man. LaFleur is now the next head coach of the Cardinals. Love to see it, man. Absolutely love to see it. Ranger, again, thank you so very much for the $20 donation. Absolutely appreciate it. We got Jose coming up clutch with a $1.99 donation. He's saying this. Excited for the offense. Got the best tight end and 2 wide receiver ones. Not even just what. Where's my Marvin Harrison Jr.? Where's my Marvin? Give me a second. We're so back. I have not worn this jersey and probably felt like in a very, very long time. I have not worn this jersey. It felt like in a very, very, very long time. Oh, fix Marvin Harrison Jr. Please fix Marvin Harrison Jr. Michael Wilson, you need your wide receiver number 1 contested catch guy. That's Michael Wilson. Trey McBride, woo, best tight end in the freaking league. Let's go. Oh, this offense is gonna be so fun. Get Breece Hall. Get Breece Hall in free agency. Who says no? Who says no? I'm so damn excited. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Another super chat coming our way, this time from Cardspan. What's up, brother? He says, I love that LaFleur actually really wanted this job. We've needed someone like that. Let's go Cardinals. 100%. One thing I would say is that the Raheem Morris situation that the Arizona Cardinals were finding themselves in, I actually like that Raheem Morris truly wanted to be here. He was waiting for the Cardinals. Raheem Morris was. And shout out to him for obviously putting everything at hold and trying to figure out, hey, okay, so what are we going to do from here, right? He held out hope for the Arizona Cardinals to see what they're going to do. They decided to go over the Mike LaFleur route, and he decided to become the defensive coordinator of the 49ers. So shout out to Raheem Morris for obviously giving us the time and patience. But yeah, man, it's one of 32, right? It's one of 32 teams that's going to be able to get a head coaching job. Thank you, LaFleur. Appreciate you, man. Now, I want to talk about this real quick. I know there's a couple other super chats that came flooding in. I see you, Julio. I will get to you, I promise. I want to talk about this real fast. Coordinators, right? Coordinators. This is going to be the next big thing we're going to talk about. Coordinators. Now, I saw these couple tweets that I want to go ahead and obviously highlight. One of them being from my guy, Jake Ellenbogen. Shout out to him. Great content creator for the LA Rams. He's been telling me for a very long time that it feels like the Rams are preparing for a world without LaFleur, right? So with that being said, I'm going to read his tweet that he posted, as well as Albert Breer's tweet that he posted about 5 hours ago. Albert Breer said this: some moving parts with Raheem Morris in as the 49ers defensive coordinator. So because Raheem Morris accepted the defensive coordinator position with the 49ers, now it kind of opened up some potential more people out there, right? Let's keep reading. Market is moving on Gus Bradley. You heard that right. Gus Bradley. Either the Titans or the Cardinals could hire him as a defensive coordinator, with Arizona having the edge of making him a play caller. If Tennessee misses on Bradley, Atlanta's Mike Ruttenberg is a name to watch. So, here we go. Albert Breer is already trying to link us to some specific defensive coordinators. One thing I will say right now is that I do believe that LaFleur is probably going to be bringing in somebody that he's used to. I will say I don't know who that is, but I do believe that LaFleur is going to be bringing in somebody that he knows, and he's probably going to bring in some sort of Rams guys. And that's why I wanted to highlight my guy Jake Ellenbogen's tweet here, saying this: I wouldn't be surprised to see Mike LaFleur bring in some coaches over to Arizona. With Chris Shula returning to the Rams, could lose a coach like Aubrey Pleasant, Jimmy Lake, or even Joe Cornelio, I butchered that, to the Cardinals as their DC. Something to keep an eye on. So basically, he is providing information on over to us to kind of give us a little bit of an insight on what potentially could happen with the Rams, right? That's what my guy Jake Ellenbogen's doing. But there's some guys right there that could potentially go. Now, one guy that he doesn't list here that can potentially be could potentially be somebody that goes or gets promoted is Nate. Is it Shalhazy? I don't know how to say his name, but he might be the new offensive coordinator with the Rams, because he was like a passing game coordinator or something. So maybe if the Cardinals can poach him, but I feel like he might stay with the Rams if I'm going to be real with you. But yeah, Nathan Shalhazy, or I don't know how to say his name, but Jake's been talking about him for a very, very, very long time. So something to kind of keep your eyes on. As of right now, it's not set in stone that the Cardinals are going to do something, but as of right now, we wait, right? But that's the next big thing we're going to be talking about. Julio, what's up, brother? Appreciate the super chat. We got another one coming our way. Damn, you guys are being very, very, very gracious. And I say this all the time. Super chats aren't expected, so thank you guys for doing so. I appreciate you guys. I'm just happy that you're here. I'm just happy that we have a conversation. And I actually have more than 50 people to talk about on a live stream. I'm just happy that you guys are here in general. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Julio says this: I believe Marvin Harrison Jr., Mike Wheely, and McGoat. Let's go get an O-line, a good running back, and Brissett can get us by this year. Get rid of the little guy go-karts. Let's see what the Cardinals do, right? Now, we're going to have multiple conversations, and I'm assuming the media is going to ask. The media is going to ask how Mike LaFleur is going to treat this Kyler Murray situation. Now, don't expect to get any information. I'm going to say this up front. He's not going to tell you we're keeping him or we're not keeping him. He's going to keep it very vague, but at least I'm curious to figure out how he answers the whole Kyler Murray topic, because it's going to be a big topic moving forward. Do we keep him? Do we not keep him? What happens with Kyler Murray, right? Julio obviously is ready to move off. I get it. Let's see what LaFleur decides to do. We got another super chat coming in here. We got Ranger this time around. Sheesh, Ranger, another super chat coming our way from Ranger.
Another one.
Wait, let me do that again. That was not loud enough.
Another one.
Appreciate it. He says, sure, MHSR. Oh, sure, Marvin Harrison Sr. is happy now. Probably. Adrian. Oh, Adrian. With the 20 bomb. Sheesh. A 20 bomb coming our way. Appreciate you, man. He says this: people who are disliking this hire, shut up, please. You can't blame him for his failures with the Jets. The Jets has been a trash organization forever. He's coming to a team who has a offense with ton of potential, a solid defense. In LaFleur, we trust. Ooh, I love that. And you're right. Right? The Jets probably look at us and they probably say the same thing about the Arizona Cardinals. But the Arizona Cardinals have had more success than the Jets. Let's call it like it is. Let's keep it a buck, man. The Arizona Cardinals, they got a wide receiver one in Mike Wilson, right? They got a solid number 2 wide receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. Still can be a 1A, 1B wide receiver one. We don't know, right? Let's say the Cardinals do sign Breece Hall. Let's say we do fix the O-line. You got the best tight end in the league right now, and you got Jacoby Brissett literally putting up some crazy numbers with the weapons that we have. You get some defensive help. I think this team can be really, really good. Now, this division is tough, right? The division is very, very tough. So it's a lot to ask for the Arizona Cardinals to. I'm not going to say we're winning the division until they prove me right or to prove me otherwise. But yeah, man, we got a lot of good things going for us. All we can do right now is absolutely support him and see exactly how this all turns out. One thing I'm excited about is how this coordinator group and this coaching staff is going to shake out. And I'm going to talk about, obviously, Gus Bradley here in a little bit. Let me get to the last super chat. We got Back to the Constitution with the $5 donation. Appreciate you, man. Let me give you the other one. Where is it at? There it is.
Another one.
All right, that wasn't loud enough. Again, let's do it one more time.
Another one.
Saying this: nobody wanted this challenge. Kudos to Mike LaFleur, as we know he's not doing it for the money. Well, let's call it like it is. This job was a tough one, man. This job was a tough one. This job was not for the faint of heart. Let's call it like it is. This job was not for the faint of heart one bit. So, congratulations to him. He wanted the job. He was very, very steadfast of he's going to wait. And that's one thing I will respect and I absolutely love. So 100% agree. Back to the Constitution. Let's talk about Gus Bradley, shall we? Let's talk about Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley has had a lot of experience in the NFL. Started his coaching career back in 1990. It was in college for North Dakota State. Then he went to Fort Lewis College and then North Dakota State again. And stayed in North Dakota State to 2005. From 2006 is when the NFL career started for Gus Bradley. And he's been floating around from a lot of different organizations. From 2006 to 2008, he was a linebackers coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was in Seattle from 2009 to 2013 as a defensive coordinator. He was a head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars from 2013 to 2016. So 3 years of head coaching experience. So if Gus Bradley does come in, that could help out a very, very young Mike LaFleur to kind of get his feet wet, to kind of give him some sort of direction, because he has at least 3 years of head coaching experience with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then he was with the Chargers as a defensive coordinator from 17 to 2020, a defensive coordinator from the Vegas Raiders from 2021, the Colts from 2022 to 2024, and then in San Fran, he was an assistant head coach in San Francisco 49ers from 2025 to present. So right now, he's an assistant head coach for the 49ers. I don't really know what his duties entail, right? How much that weighs with Kyle Shanahan. But we got somebody with experience, right? Now, would Gus Bradley be my number one guy to bring as the defensive coordinator? No, he wouldn't be. But at this point, I'm just excited to see what they do. Now, I'm curious to figure out, is Miami going to retain Anthony Weaver? Is Miami going to retain Anthony Weaver? And if they don't retain Anthony Weaver, I'm curious to figure out if he would want to come here as a defensive coordinator. Now, I get it. When you're interviewed as a head coach, you probably don't want to take a job that's under, right? But hey, man, you do it well with the pieces we have here. Walter Nolan when healthy, Garrett Williams when healthy, Will Johnson, right? Hopefully somebody can fix Darius Robinson. Let's see what happens with Calais. Is Buda coming back? Big question. Mac Wilson Sr., right? We got some pieces. So I'm curious to figure out how this is all going to shake out. But if Anthony Weaver is not the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, I'm kind of curious to figure out if the Cardinals go that direction. But if it's Gus Bradley, I'm cool with it. But I just don't know if there's any connection between Gus and Mike LaFleur. I think what Mike LaFleur should do is bring some of those Rams guys on over. I think that's what Mike LaFleur should be doing. But let's see. It's going to be his decision at the end of the day, right? Ranger coming up with another super chat. Yeesh.
Another one.
This time saying this team needs a veteran defensive coordinator, not a young one. Well, I mean, this is probably right up your alley then, Ranger, because Gus Bradley's got a lot of experience. A lot of experience. From top to bottom, he's got experience up there. So maybe this might be the guy. But also keep in mind, this was appointed to by Albert Breer, right? And the only reason why Albert Breer brought up his name, and I'm talking about Gus Bradley, is because he's a potential defensive mind that you can go ahead and use, right? And especially when you got a young guy like Mike LaFleur, this could work out, man. Now, has anybody heard when Mike LaFleur's introductory presser is going to be? Has anybody heard when his introductory presser is going to be? I'm assuming it's going to be within the next couple of days. If not tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. Has anybody heard when his presser is going to be? I haven't heard anything personally or I haven't seen anything, but I'm assuming it's going to be within the next couple of days. Wednesday at the latest, right? Wednesday at the latest. But we'll see. Oh, Jay in the chat talking about Gus Bradley. From a Raiders fan, he only runs cover 3. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the insight. Y'all get picked apart all game. Let's see what happens. Carter says tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Let me do a real quick research real fast, see if I can find anything. Yeah, I haven't heard anything that it's tomorrow. If it's tomorrow, then I'm excited. I haven't heard anything that was tomorrow or not. Finally, a new voice, absolutely. Alex says needs to pick up Mac Jones. Ooh, there's some people still on the Mac Jones trade. Okay, I see that. Okay, I see you. Awesome, cool. Let me go to real quick. I know if it was announced, it would be said by. 1 second. Not seeing it anywhere. Let me go to. Sorry, I'm looking to see if I can find if there was a. I don't think there was an announcement on it yet. Yeah, if not tomorrow, then Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. I'm assuming when this presser is going to be. I don't think he's there yet, right? I don't think he's in Arizona yet. So obviously he's got to get a lot of things kind of situated. And him coming on over here to the desert. So I'm excited. Oh, here we go. We got some people with suggestions here. We got Lord in the chat says Jim Schwartz for defensive coordinator would totally flip. Ooh, I like that. Jim Schwartz right now, isn't he still under contract by the Browns? I know he wasn't happy with the way that things shook out with him potentially becoming the next head coach and then them going after Mudkin. Huh. So I'm seeing something right now, real quick. Sorry, real fast. I'm seeing something here from Mary Kay Cabot. And I believe she covers the Browns. She put this: Todd Monken is expected to keep Cleveland defensive staff primarily intact. Still hopes to retain Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator per Mary Kay Cabot. Schwartz is under contract through 2027 season with the Browns. So Monken is trying to keep all the defensive pieces as put together as they potentially can. Dude, you might be onto something right there, my guy. Schwartz would be actually pretty darn amazing. If I'm not gonna, that actually sounds like a freaking fantastic idea if the Cardinals were to get Schwartz. Woo! I like this, Lord. Lord, you're on to something here, buddy. You're on to something here. Alex, double X Alex, man, appreciate the super chat. We got a $5 donation coming our way. I'm excited to see what he says about Mike LaFleur. Let's see. From a Rams fan, Alex says this: sad for Rams, but happy for you, Mike. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Another nice thing about LaFleur is he has connections to the 49ers, Jets, Packers, and Rams. A lot of options for sure. Love it. Yeah, man, this coaching staff that's going to be put together, that's another thing that I'm really, really excited about. It sucks that it took this long, right? It sucks that it took this long for us to name our head coach. And it does kind of feel like the Arizona Cardinals are, I'm not going to say picking from scraps, because you still got some people out there if they want to make a move. But I'm curious to figure out who he wants to bring in, man. I just hope one of them, either if he does bring in an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, that one of them has experience, right? That's what I'm hoping for. So I guess that makes sense as to why Gus Bradley was, I wouldn't say linked to the Cardinals, but I would say that his name is kind of coming around. So maybe Gus Bradley is going to be the defense coordinator. We'll see. Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ranger, you are too damn kind, man.
Another one.
Ranger, too damn kind. Another one coming our way saying this: Anthony Weaver has connections with Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, so he does have connections with LaFleur. That right there would be amazing. You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start doing research. That's what I'm going to start doing. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to start doing research on guys that I would absolutely love the Arizona Cardinals to get in their coaching staff. Obviously, Anthony Weaver is going to be up there. I'm going to go and reach out over to a couple guys that cover the Dolphins to see where Weaver stands with that coaching staff. Obviously, when you bring in Halfley, I'm curious to figure out if they're going to do I don't know, like a change. I'm curious, man. Appreciate the super chat, man. But yeah, Anthony Weaver would be amazing. I would like that. I would absolutely like that. Naeem in the chat says, thank God that Vance Joseph is staying in Denver. Damn, imagine, man. Shit, imagine, dude. It's crazy. Alex in the chat says, did they lowball Clint? We got another super chat coming our way. No, I don't think so, dude. I honestly don't have any insights. I don't have any. any no. I'm just gonna give you my opinion, okay? I want to be very clear because I don't want people to think that Mike's got sources. No, I don't. Sometimes I'm just very, very good at educating guesses. That's kind of what it comes down to. I'm gonna give you my best educated guess. I think that Clint Kubiak was already in the books to be the Raiders head coach. I don't think there was anything that was going to budge him off the first overall pick. Anything that was going to budge him off $80+ million in cap space. And Mark Davis probably going to pay him more than Bidwell did, right? I don't think anything was going to budge him off that. I think he gave us the opportunity to meet with him. Probably to be nice. I don't think this was... It was probably a play, right? I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, we offered him the same amount as Mark Davis. That probably isn't true. This probably is a part of it. But the first overall pick, $80+ million, right? Tom Brady being there as well. I feel like most of the NFL think of the Raiders as a better option than the Cardinals. It's up to us to prove otherwise, right? We got to prove that we are a winning organization again. And so far, we're coming off 4 straight seasons with no winning seasons. So not good. But no, I don't think this came down to money. I don't think it did. Matthew says, I'm ready for next season. I am too, man. I am too. How good was Anthony Weaver at DC? I'm going to find out. I have a few people that cover the Miami Dolphins, and I'm very, very curious to figure out what his status is, right? What his status is, because I don't think, like right now, if you look at all these coaching staff's websites, like, you know how they list off all the coaches? Anthony Weaver is not listed on the Miami Dolphins coaching staff. Now, that doesn't mean anything, right? But I'm curious to figure out if Hafley's going to keep him. Because if Hafley is not going to keep him, and the Cardinals have met with them, and they probably like him enough to bring him in person this last weekend, if he's interested, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nobody turns down the bowl cut. Love to see it. Love to see it. Alpha in the chat says, keep Kyler. We'll have these conversations. I promise you. We'll continue to have these conversations moving forward, right? So for the new people that just joined in, do me a massive favor, everybody. Smack the like button if you guys can do me that favor. Right now, we're sitting with 78 likes right now, with over 200 of you guys watching at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the real MVP. But for the people out there that do not know, Albert Breer did try to give us some sort of suggestion. And he came out and said, Gus Bradley, right? Gus Bradley is a name that people are talking about as a potential defensive coordinator. And then shout out to my guy, Jake Ellenbogen, that covers the Rams. And he gave us a good amount of names, right? Especially with Chris Shula staying with the Rams. He gave us names like Aubrey Pleasant, Jimmy Lake, or Joe Coniglio? I don't know. But just some names, some suggestions, right? Nobody's linked or anything like that. I'm just coming out here and saying these are some potential names. But I will be making a video tomorrow. I want to do a little bit more research. I just got home probably about an hour ago from doing personal life stuff, right? So I just got back home. I have not been able to do my own research, but once I do my research, I will be making a video tomorrow about potential defensive coordinators I would love to see pair up with Mike LaFleur, right? Aces in the chest says, and who do we get as quarterback? I'm telling you, that conversation is going to be happening. Because as of right now, the Cardinals have officially got their guy. We are one of the last 2 teams to get our guy. Technically, Clint Kubiak to the Raiders was announced first, and then the Cardinals ended up announcing Mike LaFleur to the Cardinals. But I'm excited. Back to the Constitution says LaFleur is not dumb. He will ship off Kyler tomorrow. It's a very, very fascinating topic to have, and we will talk about this until March 15th, which I believe that's the 5th day of the new year. If not the 15th, then the 16th. And I think that's when his contract becomes guaranteed. So we are going to have a lot of good conversations. Jay Dunks in the chat says, Will Howard. Well, let me ask you guys this. Ty Simpson. What say you? Ty Simpson. Not saying the 3rd overall pick. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. What do you think about Ty Simpson? Right? We talked about Ty Simpson so much on this channel already. Not as the 3rd overall pick, but as a quarterback that you can trade up for. Maybe trade back up into the 1st round. Or if he falls past the Jets, then you get him in the 2nd round. How do you feel about Ty Simpson? You allow Jacoby Brissett to start the season for the first month, 3, 4, 5 games, what have you. And if it doesn't work out, or if it's going upside down really quickly, then you throw the rookie in there, just like Jackson Dart did, right? Because one thing I will say is that Ty Simpson, in the beginning of the season, looked really good. He was able to make every single throw potential out there, but he got hurt. And then his weapons sucked. His run game was non-existent. Nobody can catch a ball over there. So I don't believe what we're seeing with Alabama crashing and burning in the playoffs and getting absolutely obliterated by Indiana. I don't think that's a Ty Simpson that I expect to be on any end of this NFL team. But Ty Simpson is intriguing. Very, very intriguing. Alpha in the chat says, I don't want Ty Simpson. I'd rather get someone in free agency or Mac Jones. The thing for me is that if you go after someone in free agency, which right now, the only guy in free agency that would probably be a guy that the Cardinals can target is Malik Willis. There's rumors out there that Malik Willis can go for a very, very pretty penny. And I'm not trying to allocate $15, $20 million to a quarterback that we don't know, right? I mean, you got Jacoby Brissett. I would rather allocate that $15, $20 million to a right tackle. That's what I would rather do. I would rather allocate that money that you would spend on Malik Willis for a right tackle. That's just me. That's just me. We got another super chat coming in. Actually, 2 of them. No, 1 of them. I apologize. I already read the Alex one. Let's go with Cards fan. What's up, brother? Carson Beck. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Now, one thing I will say, if they go Carson Beck would be a 3rd round pick to me. If he's there in the 3rd round and he's there, why not? Why not? Why not? Chambliss? Trinidad Chambliss? And I know people were like, oh, we're getting rid of Kyler to go for another short quarterback. Okay, well, that's fair. But Chambliss has shown some really, really good promise as well. Chambliss, Carson Beck, and I'm going to throw a name out there that I'm not the biggest fan of, but has actually played pretty well in the Senior Bowl. Garrett Nussmeier. Are people intrigued with Aller? I mean, there's some names, man. There's some names. I'm not saying I like all of them, but there's some intriguing guys. Some intriguing guys. Aaliyah in the chat says, actually, that's not. Yeah. Let's go with Desert Lightning. He should be case 7, as he can't last more than 7 games before an injury. Yikes. Are we bad mouthing Cat? I mean, let's see what LaFleur does, right? Let's see what he does. He might choose to stay with Kyler. For the people out there that are bashing on Kyler, he might choose to stay with them for a year. So, I mean, the thing is that, like, if Kyler stays for 1 year, I'm just hoping that the Arizona Cardinals start thinking of the future, right? Okay, who are we going to bring in the successor after Kyler? That's the only thing I can hope for. But he might. He might. Do you think we trade for a quarterback? No, I don't think so. The only quarterback right now that I would love the Cardinals to trade for is Joe Burrow. And it's just not happening. I know Monty Ossenfort already for 3 years, going into year 4. This is not Monty Ossenfort's forte. It's just not, right? I would love for it to be. I would love to get Joe Burrow here in the Arizona Cardinals. It's just not a move he would make. So unless we trade Kyler to Cincinnati and trade Burrow, and then we give him multiple first-round picks, which, like I said, I'm okay with going BPA and third overall pick. If it's Bain, if it's Bailey, but I've said this once and I'll say it again. And I'm now starting to see people say this throughout social media. I'm not sure if they got it from me, but I don't think any of these tackles, and I'm even including Francis Mauigoa here, I don't think any of those guys are coveted the third overall pick. I really don't. I don't think any of the tackles are coveted the third overall pick. What you want to avoid in doing in the draft is going after need. You do not want to go based off of need in the draft. You do not. I get it. Right tackle is a big, big hole. I understand that. You got to go BPA. That's what you got to do. Bain, Bailey. If they want to go Jeremiah Love, trade back, accumulate another draft pick, go after Jeremiah Love, I'm cool. That's fine, whatever. If they want to go after Spencer Fanu, they want to go after Francis Mauigoa, trade back, accumulate more draft picks. But like, I feel like we just did that already. I feel like we just did that. We just did that with Paris Johnson Jr., and we don't have Will Anderson Jr. on our team, right? I think we got to go BPA. I think we got to go BPA this year. But we'll see. We'll see. There might be some other tackles that fall into the second round as well. So I'm not coming out here saying, oh, we're not going right tackle at all. No, I mean, there's also free agency as well. Ooh, Pax in the chat says, reports say where I have Pittsburgh as one of my teams that I would say that could go and get Kyler. I'm curious. Where did you see this from, Pax? Let me do a little research on that. I haven't seen this, but if that's true, pin the Jets, the Steelers, the Falcons if need be, the Dolphins. Put them all in a ring and have them battle it out. Whoever's going to give us the highest compensation for Kyler, he's for sale. He's for sale. Lord in the chat says send a 5th round pick to Cleveland for Jim Schwartz. I did see Jim Schwartz is under contract for what, 2027? I think that's what I saw. As far as we heard, Jim Schwartz is not happy with Cleveland right now. As far as what we've heard right now, Jim Schwartz is not happy with Cleveland. So, can he be a possibility that the Arizona Cardinals go after him? Yeah, possibly. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. Let's read a couple more comments. We're about to hit the hour mark. And I promise you guys we're going to open up the phone lines. And that's what we're going to do right now. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached that moment. If you guys want to jump on or want the phone lines to open, just do me a real quick favor. Popcorn emoji in the chat below. That will tell me that you do want the phone lines open. Or if you don't, just sit silent. But if you want the phone lines open, put some popcorn emojis in the chat below. But I did say that I will be opening them up a little later on in the show. And now we have got to that point. I think it's time to get a gauge on where you guys' overall thoughts are right now. If you're watching on X and Twitter, you got to jump on over to the YouTube side. If you're watching on YouTube, I am going to be putting on a link in the YouTube side. Super easy. All you need to do is click on the link that I'm posting right now. And I'm pinning it to the top of the chat. And I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to give us how you feel about the Arizona Cardinals' new head coach in Mike LaFleur. I'm opening up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time. It's that time. Mike LaFleur, your new head coach. Phone lines are open up. First guy coming in here is Javier. Javier, you are live on the Easy Sports Fan here on YouTube. Javier, talk to me, man. How are you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals' new head coach in Mike LaFleur?
I think it's great. Now we get to move on, focus on other stuff. And I feel like in the second round, Mike, I think you should just let him look for the QB that he believes is next. And to me, I think he's going to be looking for a QB with Stafford traits, because that's what he's seen success, and he kind of knows like that quarterback works. You could win games, you could win Super Bowls with him. So if that means he chooses Allard, then I think we, the fan base, should just kind of support it, even if we may not like it. If he chooses Nussmeier, Nussmeier. If he chooses whoever the hell he chooses. But that's just my opinion, and then I'll just get off to hear your opinion.
I appreciate it, Javier. Thank you so very much for the call, man. Later, dude. Great call. Honestly, I'm glad you actually brought up a lot of guys that people hate. And it's not even the thing. I agree. This is the same. This is what we need to allow to happen, right? This is exactly the same thing that I did with Jonathan Gannon in the beginning. Although he wasn't my favorite candidate, I said to myself, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to allow him to do what he needs to do, right? And that's why I did say, oh, let Monty cook, right? But I should have pumped my brakes on that. But I agree. If he looks at somebody in the combine and he's like, this is the guy I want, whether that's Nussmeier, whether that's Ty, whether that is Drew Aller, right? We got to allow him to do what he does. And I agree, man. 100% agree with that. Whoever the quarterback is going to be, because I feel like there is going to be a quarterback drafted fairly high. Not with the third overall pick. I don't think the third overall pick's coveted anybody, right? But the second round, third round, if it's shambless, ooh, watch out. This organization is going to go on the up and up, man. I'm just so damn excited about this next year. I really am. Love the call. Let's go with Gardner's picks next. Gardner, you're live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How you feeling about the Cardinals' new signing?
I'm actually really excited about it.
Yeah.
This is like when Jonathan Gannon got hired, I was not a huge fan of it. I was like, whatever, this works. But LaFleur, knowing the history with him, with Shanahan, with McVay, I'm really intrigued to see how this works out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the coaching tree is actually pretty darn amazing in terms of who he's been working with. If you were to kind of throw a name out there as a defensive coordinator, do you have an eye on somebody?
I heard you guys talking about Jim Swartz, and that's the guy I really would love to have.
Yeah.
And that could be a pipe dream, though. It just depends what happens in Cleveland.
True.
But you know what? If there's issues, but also Weaver, I like Weaver.
Yeah.
Gus Bradley, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a name. The only reason I'm okay with it is because he's been around the league. He's had experience as a head coach, as a DC. He's an assistant coach at San Francisco. He's got that experience that LaFleur doesn't have as much because he's been around the league for so long.
Right.
So that's
Yeah. Love it. All right, Gardner. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the call, man. Later. Good night.
right.
Later. All right, let's keep it going. We got one more guy here going to be jumping in. We got 23K5 in the chat. You are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals signing? 23, you are muted. If there's anybody else out there.
Can you hear me?
There you are. What's up, man? Talk to me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me. How you feeling, brother?
Amazing.
Okay. You worried me about the Okay. So, good. Okay. How are you feeling about Kyler? Do you think Kyler's coming back or not?
I think so.
You think so?
It's just there's not a lot of interesting quarterbacks in the draft, so I don't think he's going anywhere. Maybe next year they're probably gonna trade him. So
Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, 23. Later, brother.
Yep.
I've never heard anybody describe amazing amazing. Love to see it. Shout out to my guy 23K5, man. Love to see it. Oh man, Steven, I was gonna add you on. We had two people here that we're gonna jump on, but I'm gonna keep the phone lines open. I know sometimes when the phone keeps ringing, you just hang up, but just keep on the line. We're trying to get through everybody as fast as we possibly can. We do got some super chats to get through, so we're going to go read these super chats while we wait for other people to join in, because right now the phone lines are opened up. We got two back-to-back super chats, one from Adrian and the other one from Adrian as well. Okay, let's give some love on over to Adrian. Adrian says this, two-parter, Mike, but you should look into the Bears defensive back coach, Al Harris. for a potential defensive coordinator. Last 4 years in Dallas, most interceptions in 72 first years in Chicago. I got you, brother. Al Harris. I think I heard a lot of news about Al Harris within this coaching search. I'm going to have to look into it in terms of exactly what was transpired. But this is the second parter. Most interceptions, 23. Diggs led the NFL in picks. All-Pro Bland led the NFL in picks. All-Pro Byard led the NFL picks in All-Pro and be an option as well. So basically listing off a lot of the accolades that Al Harris ended up having. Okay, love to see it. All right, let's get with Steven. Steven, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, Steven. How are you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals' latest signing?
Oh, I'm just happy we're actually doing something. We just need to change, and this is what we need. I don't care as long as we're aggressive this year, even if it doesn't work. I just want us to be aggressive this year. And our season moves is kind of a put up or shut up year, I think, for the entire franchise. So
yeah,
I think we just need to let him pick players he wants, pick personnel he wants, get a 1 through 3 year plan, get a system, and then figure out our payments, and then just be as aggressive as we financially can and just go from there. Because even if we're just, I don't know, a 7 seed, that'd be great to get in just a consistency. We just need to be nice, meat and potatoes team, just consistent, and just have a good system, be transparent with it, and just stick to the system.
I love that.
And that's pretty much it. As long as we're consistent, we're good. Just keep it simple. That's what Bruce did. Just keep it simple, and you can't mess it up.
You sold me with Bruce, man. No risk it, no biscuit. All right, brother, man. Have a great night, dude. Later. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go with Arthur. Arthur, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Talk to me, Arthur. How are you feeling about the Arizona Cardinals' latest signing?
Hey, man, I feel pretty excited, to be honest with you. It's finally nice to get like an offensive guy who seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, even though he didn't call the plays 100% in LA, this guy's been all over the place. And not only that, it's in his blood, too, because he sees success from his brother and, you know, his family in general. So it's really exciting. My opinion, we're only one right tackle and a running back away from actually being an exciting offense.
Love it.
Like, that's all we really need. Yeah, that's all we need. And also, on top of it, Monty should have went for not picking up Scatterboo. Because Scatterboo should have been our guy, bro. And it kills me to see him in New York. And to be honest with you, New York is going to get Jordan Tyson. So it's going to be all ASU in New York, to be honest with you. So I hate that. If we can get a guy like Bane, I'll show up to the game with the Bane mask.
Ooh,
like that'd be sick, right? You see everybody in the crowd with Bane mask. Yeah, like if they sack, yeah, it would be awesome. But I'm excited. It's nice because for a minute there, I thought we were going to be the laughingstock of the NFL with no coach, and then it was going to be Vance Joseph coming in to clean up. So yeah, but other than that, man, it's cool to see you and talk to you for I've been a long time fan, and thank you for doing these late night shows. It's pretty awesome.
Of course,
but
man,
I'm excited. LaFleur seems like he's a legit deal, dude.
I can't wait to see his presser. Honestly, I'm really excited to see what he says. I know he's going to be asked about Kyler. I'm not going to read too much into it, but I'm just excited to kind of hear him speak and just kind of hear his plan and what he's going to do.
Yeah. But I think if he keeps Kyler, so be it, whatever. But yeah, if we got to at least get a second. We at least got to get a second for Kyler. If not, keep him. All right. Well, take care. Peace out, man.
Later, man. Peace. Great call, man. I feel the excitement, man. I feel the freaking excitement, and I freaking love it. I absolutely love it because, like I said, man, we were watching zombie football or just uninspired football for a very, very long time in the desert, and it's really, it's long overdue, man. It really is. We got another super chat here coming from Cards Fan. I did not forget you, man. I promise. Appreciate you, Cards Fan. He's saying this: put our new head coach in the Cardinals shirt on the screen. That's fair. That's fair. I should have done that. When I made my overlays, I got a little, I don't think I have it. I don't know why I don't have the picture here. Let's do this because I have it on the freaking, on my X/Twitter page. And I know that means nothing right now since you guys are watching this on YouTube. But yep, this is the picture that we should have rocked with on the screen. Well, this is what we do. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Mike LaFleur, welcome to the freaking desert, man. One thing I'm excited about is tomorrow that we find out exactly when this presser is going to be, either tomorrow, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I would say Tuesday if I were to kind of give my best guess out there, but we're going to see how this all shakes out here at the end of the day. We finally have some sort of direction for the Arizona Cardinals. We got our guy in Mike LaFleur, and the Cardinals finally did right by this fan base and giving us hope and something to aspire to. And I am so damn excited about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we're going to be closing up shop right here. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody that joined in on the phone lines. Thank you guys for tuning in. I was really worried because it's 10:30 o'clock and I was worried that nobody was going to show up. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. All the super chatters, Cards fan, Adrian, Ranger, Alex Double X, Back to the Constitution, Julio, Jose, Airborne, Junior, David, Miles. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in as always. All the super chatters, as always. Smack the like button here on your way out and subscribe. We're on the road to 19K. Cannot do it without you guys. I want to have everybody have a very great rest of your nights. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video, and good things ahead. Good things ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Good things ahead for the Cardinals. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Good night, and hopefully we can find out a little bit more what the plan is for Mike LaFleur, but it's all on the up and up. All right, y'all. Go Cardinals. Later, y'all.